welcome to Kim's Nest. I want to first say Happy Easter to everybody. I'm sure everybody's out there hiding Easter eggs and enjoying church services today and things like that. We've already done all of that at my house, and it's kind of a quiet moment where all the kids are kind of playing, so I thought I'd take a moment and do a quick card. Today I'm going to be featuring the stamp set from the Cutting Cafe called Beautiful Trees. And I'll provide a link for that if you're interested in it. And then I'm also going to be using My Mind's Eye. I'm using Summer Song paper pack. This has some really pretty paper in it. Just reminds me of spring, and it's such a beautiful spring day today. I thought, what better? And then I'm also going to be cutting out the little bunny from Winter Wonderland. It's my favorite bunny rabbit, and even though it's a Winter Wonderland cartridge, I thought it would be good for our spring page. So let's get started. I'm using a pre-made card base. This is just plain white, and this is a 3.5 by 5 inch card. It's already pre-scored for us, so all we have to do is take our bone folder and just fold that over. Okay, this is a smaller card than I usually make, but I just wanted to do something quick and easy today. The next thing we're going to do is, this is some paper from My Mind's Eye, and we're going to, I'm just going to cut this to cover the front surface of our card. One thing I like to do sometimes if I don't want to measure and I just kind of want to cheat, I just use my fingernail and mark where I want to cut that. This is just a Frisker's cutter. You can get this at any of your local scrapbook stores, Michael's. So we have the front of our card. I always like for my cards to stand out. If you watch many of my videos, you know that color box chalk ink, the chestnut runs, usually my go-to chalk ink to do the edges. I just like that look. It just kind of makes it pop out. Okay. We're going to use our ATG or any kind of adhesive that you prefer, and we're going to add that to the front of our card. Okay. The way that I have done this so that it will print off on colored paper is, first I printed my image off onto just my white cardstock, and then I took the piece of the colored cardstock that I wanted, and I just took some repositional adhesive. I used the Hermafix, and I just put it just a little bit on the back of it, put it over top of my image, and I made sure that I knew the right way to load my paper, loaded it back in, and reprinted it. So I have my image here and it's ready to cut out. I did that for the top of the tree and for the grass. And then I took just brown cardstock and printed off on that so that I could have the tree trunks. So the next thing you do is just to take off your colored cardstock, which is cool because you could still use this image, because any of the adhesive that's still on there just rubs right off. So you can still use your Copic markers and color that in and use it for another project. So now we're ready to cut out our pieces. You can either use your scrapbooking scissors, or you can use one of these cutters. I like this instead of just the regular straight ones because it wraps around your finger and you have more control, or I feel like I have more control over it. And then on this part, I'm just going to worry about cutting out the circles. I'm not going to worry about the tree trunk. Now that we have all of our pieces cut out, I want to give the trees just a little bit more texture. So I'm going to use my Cuttlebug. I'm not sure what design this plate is, but I'll look it up and try to post that at the bottom of the screen. So we're just going to place these in. And I want them to be kind of straight. Sometimes it can get a little tricky getting them to stay in place. Okay. Then we're going to take our A plate and our B plate. We're going to place that in the middle. We're going to take our other B plate and we're going to put that through our Cuttlebug. Now our trees have texture. Now that we have all of our pieces cut out, we're going to start putting our card together. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be using some Zig 2-way glue on smaller pieces. I like to use this glue. It's easier to use if I can get the right glue stick that works. Okay, there we go. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to put my trees onto my limbs onto my trees, or what is that? I can't think today. Anyway, tree trunk, that's what I'm trying to say. Tree trunks. I still have my cold, so I'm not as quick thinking for some reason. Okay. Not as quick on my feet. Okay, so this is going to be our main image. Going to just place this on here. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is place our grass, and I want mine to pop up just a bit, so I'm going to use my foam, my Scotch foam tape, because it's not real thick, but it'll give it just a little pop. And then you notice I cut out the other grass, and I want that to pop up just a little bit more. And I'm sorry for the sniffles, guys. Hopefully I'll get over this cold soon. I want that to pop out just a little bit, so I'm going to use some more Color Box chalk ink. This is Olive Pastel. And even though it has the outline, I'm just going to give this just a little bit more definition. And then I'm going to use a little bit thicker of a pop dot, and I'm going to pop this up also. Okay, so there we go. Then we're going to take our rabbit that we cut out from our Cricut. It's about time to get another pin here. I used I cut this out at 1 inch. I used the shadow feature for the white. I just used some pink basil cardstock, and then I used just a little bit of a decorative cardstock that I had in my scrap drawer. I'm going to use pink to make this pop out just a little bit more. We want this to show up a little bit, have a little bit of a shadow to it. We're going to use our really tiny circles here and pop these up. Since it's Easter, give it a little Easter effect here. Use our stickles. This is the crystal ice stickles. I'll give him a little bunny tail. Okay, to decorate the inside, I cut out another piece of the blue cardstock by Mind's Eye. And then I cut out the sentiment using the number 3 nestability label die. It says, "We can learn a lot from trees. They're always grounded, but never stop reaching heavenward." And there you go. Thanks for joining us today, and I hope you have a happy Easter.